Alright, so you ran through the 15 tiers of limited time series and won this beautiful Ferrari 250 GTO. So what do you do with it? Of course, you take it out for a spin on its own series in your game, right? And it is under Motorsports section, Endurance GT Racing 1962 season. So Motorsports and Endurance GT Racing, there we go. And at the very far end, there it is, 1962 season. It's a single car series. Yeah, 1962, 24 Hours of Le Mans GT class winner, 326 laps. And drivers were Pierre Noblet and Jean Guichet. If you're, I guess, French drivers. Anyway, the total gold rewards for the 1962 season is 67 gold. The first 25% completion gives you 8 gold, and 50% gives you another 13, and then 75% gets you 18 on top of that, and then finally upon completing 100% you get 28 at the end, to all add up to 67 gold total. And the racing dollar total, if you're counting racing dollar rewards, basically, yeah, goes kind of same way, 8,000 for 8 gold essentially. So when you get 13 gold for 50% completion, you get 13,000 racing dollars. So yeah, only if it were worth that much, right? But that's not the case. Anyway, there are 18 tiers in this season. Basically, like there are, and then there are 6 what do you call it, time trials, right? So there are technically 12 3 event tiers that you need, obviously, to win trophy to unlock the next tier for. And then there are 6. So as you can see, each tier is going to have 3 events, right? So 12 times 3, 36, right? So you have to win 36 gold trophies to unlock this final time trial at Le Mans. So with that being said, let's see if we can unlock all of these. I'll just go through real quick with the gold, and then we'll talk about it afterwards, right? And check out the PR requirement. And let's see, since there are 18 tiers, let's see, you divide that into quarters. It doesn't quite divide it evenly in quarters, right? So I'm expecting somewhere in tier 5 is most likely gonna be where you get your 25% completion, I'm anticipating. And then somewhere around tier 10-ish, or yeah, right? Since there are, 18. Yes. Or maybe upon completing the time trial at Monza, you get 50%, because that's smack in the halfway point, isn't it? And then the 75% completion would be around what, tier 14-ish, right? So 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then finally you'll collect your final 100% completion upon the completion of this final time trial. Anyway, what is the PR requirement at the end? it is 34.8. And if you won this car through time, a limited time series, you ended up with what, 32.2, right? Which means that is high enough to get you through Silverstone, tier 14. Right. So, yeah, if you won the car through limited time series by upgrading, remember 3 upgrades across the board, that means you should have enough upgrades right away to win. Let's see, how much gold is that? Total is 67, and you're getting 75% completion, so that's what, 21 plus 18, 39. Another 39 gold to pick up. So that's not too bad, and you get to race this beautiful car, right? So that's a-okay. But what if you are a completionist and you want 100% completion like these guys that I know? They obviously most likely have upgraded their car fully. Alright, so 34.8. How do we get it up that high? Well, let's see. Obviously it needs multiple upgrades. And so far I have spent 199 gold to bring it up to this point. So if you haven't, or if you didn't, you're watching this video later on in the future and come across this video to check out what's up with 1962 season, then you might start fresh, no upgrades, right? So yeah, getting 3 upgrades across the board does cost you 199 gold, right? So whatever we do on top of it is going to be extra now. All right, so since engine is the only category that's not a what I call dead end upgrade, basically you get 2 upgrades with a single gold upgrade cost, right? So 75. It's going to be most likely going to be the most expensive one, right? 74 drivetrain, 55 for body, exhaust is 65, 50 for brakes, and 60 for tires and wheels. So the cost is relatively close, right? It's not like the engine cost where you get 2 upgrades essentially for 75 gold. You're not going to be able to get that kind of 2 upgrades for anything less than 75 gold, right? That means, yeah, most likely we're going to have to go with this one first, which brings it up to 33. And then, as I said, the racing dollar upgrades will bring our PR up to 33.8. Right. But, of course, that's still not enough to get us into this final cup race at Le Mans, which, by the way, is a 5-lapper at the evening rendering of 24-hour circuit. But that is enough to get us through Spa, isn't it? The 6-lapper Spa race. So, all right. So we need to bring it up another 0.6 PR point. So let's see which upgrade is gonna get us there. Start with the cheapest, brakes, right? Nope, it's cheap, 50 gold, but doesn't quite get us far enough, right? We're 0.2 points shy. I'm assuming we only need 1 more upgrade, because we're pretty close. Tires and wheels, 60 gold, gets us 1 closer, or 0.1 PR point closer, but once again, that's not enough. Or wait a minute. No, we need more than 34.5. We need 34.8. Okay, so maybe we do need more than 1 upgrade. 55. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, this one gets us 0.6, 34.4, so that's close, but do any others get us close enough? I'm assuming we need 2 more upgrades, and the cheapest 2 are gonna be brakes and body. So that's gonna cost us another, what, 55 and 50, right? 105 gold. So that brings our PR up to 34.4. We need another 0.4 PR boost. And tires and wheels is a bit of an overkill. It's 60 gold. 65 gold gets us even more over an overkill upgrade. Yeah, I guess we need to do a little bit of an overkill here, since all of them are gonna get us way over the required number of 34.8. But the cheapest way to go is gonna be the body. Right, so 35.1 is the PR you're gonna be ending up with. With what? Engine costed us 75 and the body costed us 55, and brakes costed us 50. So that is, oh gosh, another 170, 180 extra. Right. All right. And for completing 100%, you get 28 extra gold. So yeah, figure that one out. Is it worth it? Well, only you can decide that. I will most likely wait for upgrade discount on this car, because they usually come near the end of the year. Like, they usually have some sort of a discount deal. Although recently, with every week, there's been, if there's a car featured in either weekly time trial or online multiplayer, they've been featuring some sort of a discount deal, offers on upgrades or the car itself. Actually, typically both. So something to keep your eye out for. But anyway, let's check out the series itself. We got the Tier 1 at Red Bull Ring, Elimination at Grand Prix, Endurance at Grand Prix. They're all at Grand Prix, by the way. And the Cup is gonna be how many laps? 3 laps. And because it's the first tier, of course, there is no PR requirement. And then Tier 2, we got Daytona. We got Autocross at Road Course, Speed Snap at Motorcycle Course, and the Cup, the night race, is going to be a 3-lapper with the PR requirement of 19.4. And because it's Daytona, it's most likely going to be rolling start. And by the way, that's a road course. And we get time trial, of course, and looks like the top speed is gonna, or top time is gonna be in minute 37-ish. So, all right, that is that. And then Suzuka is Tier 4, at Endurance at East, Speed Record at West, and the Cup is at Grand Prix, of course. PR 20.9 required, and it's gonna be another 3-lapper. Cool stuff. Are all these Cup races gonna be rolling start? I wonder. Well, I guess we can check in real quick and find out. Because I feel like the Motorsports, they often feature rolling starts, but okay, I stand corrected. It doesn't. It's not gonna be a rolling start for just by default. Some of them are gonna be. Obviously, this one isn't. So I don't expect it's going to be by default rolling start. But Daytona is, yeah, going to be. I just know. All right, so we were in Tier 4 Suzuka. And then Tier 5 is going to be at Nürburgring. We got Elimination at Sprint Circuit. Hunter at Sprint Circuit again. So no Mühlenbachschleife with this guy. And then Cup is, of course, at Grand Prix. PR 22.5 required, and it's gonna be 4 laps to complete. And then that's followed by time trial. Slightly longer, all right, minute 45-ish is the top time here. Good to know. And then next tier, tier 7. By the way, since tier 5, you probably don't need to complete the cup in order to claim 25% completion, but you will probably have to get through tier 4 completely, meaning you're going to need to have at least some upgrades to have PR at least high enough to meet the 20.9 PR requirement for the 25% completion. Right. And then the question is, if you have not watched the, what do you call it, the limited time series video with the upgrade scheme, then this one should tell you, well, let me tell you, the racing dollar upgrades alone, the first tier upgrades, bring your PR up to 21.5 on this car. So obviously that's higher than 20.9, so you're good there. Right, so let's move on to tier 7, which is Catalonia. We got autocross at club, head-to-head at national, most likely a single lap. Right, and then the cup is at Grand Prix, as you would expect, with the PR requirement of 24.1, and once again 4-lapper. And yes, at this point you're gonna need gold upgrades if you haven't won the car through the limited time series, that is. Moving on, tier 8, we got Monza. Speed record at road course, speed snap at junior course, and the cup is going to be at the road course. PR requirement 25.7, and it's going to be 5 laps. So lap count adding up here. And of course, we got time trial at Monza following that. And tier 10. I don't think you need to have up to tier 10 in order to claim 50% completion reward, which means 25.7, PR 25.7 is what you're going to need to claim the 50% completion. So at that point, you're spending more gold to upgrade than what you're getting back, even with this season. I know, that's how it usually goes. Not exactly a surprise, right? All right, tier 10, Laguna Seca. We got it's just a single track configuration, right? So we got elimination, endurance, and the cup with a PR requirement of 27.3. And we got a 6-lapper. All right, but that is a little bit shorter lap, isn't it? Moving on, we got Hockenheim. We got speed snap at national, head-to-head at national, single lapper head-to-head, and then of course the cup is at Grand Prix with a PR requirement of 28.9, and it's gonna be another 6-lapper. But this, not the, I mean, it's a Grand Prix circuit, so it is a decent length. Not the longest Grand Prix circuit, but definitely longer than Laguna Seca. So, and of course we have a time trial at Hockenheim, which is gonna be, yeah, minute 30. See what I mean? It's not always, the longest one. So you can kind of tell by the amount of time it takes on a time trial to figure out which one is a longer track, right? So Nürburgring is one of the longer ones, and Daytona and Monza takes a pretty similar amount of time, and then Hockenheim is the shorter one of the 4 so far. And then looks like Silverstone, once again, pretty fast track, so that's comparable to, I guess, Hockenheim, although Hockenheim still takes at least 3 seconds less if we're going by the top of my friends. And then, of course, we all know 24-hour circuit takes forever. So there's that. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Each tier here. Tier 13, we got Brands Hatch. All Indy circuit, of course. We got Hunter, we got Speed Snap, and the Cup is going to require PR 30.5, and it's going to be a 10-lapper. All right. And then we got, of course, Tier 14, the other British circuit. Silverstone, we got Endurance at the International Circuit, and the Elimination at the National Circuit. And we actually have a British Grand Prix Cup, I suppose, 1962, right? They didn't have the modern configuration, if you will. PR requirement 32.1, and it's gonna be a 5-lapper. And yeah, Silverstone, the British Grand Prix is slightly shorter than the current Grand Prix, so slightly faster time, of course. All right, moving on. Tier 16, we got Spa, we got Speed Snap, Hunter, and the Cup with the PR requirement of 33.7, and it's going to be a long 6 laps. Right. And then, yes, the 24-hour circuit is the last tier, or last tier before the time trial, right? So we got Elimination, Autocross, and the Cup with a PR requirement of 34.8, which you cannot really get. I cannot show you how you get to 34.8 exactly. There might be a way to get there exactly if you didn't do 3 upgrades across the board earlier, but because that's how I won the car, there's no way to downgrade, which I still think is something that would be nice to have in the game. And have a different kind of challenges, you know. Yes. I'm thinking back to the days of when I used to play CSR racing, where you get to downgrade, you know. Anyway, we got 5-lapper 24-hour circuit race. That's gonna be a long 5 laps in this car, and followed by the time trial. And looks like a fast lap is gonna take some 3 minutes and 40 seconds-ish. So yeah, multiply that by 5 times, right? 5 laps. So of course, first lap usually takes longer, so we're talking, like, I don't know, gee, that's gonna be nearly 20-minute race, isn't it? The last 24-hour Cup race. How well is it gonna pay out? I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. So anyway, that does it for the rundown of this 1962 season of Endurance GT Racing Motorsports series, featuring the brand new Ferrari 250 GTO. So hope you guys found the information useful, and subscribe, share, click that like button. You know what to do. All right, so we'll see you in the next video, and take care.